know I got it made. Six if you haterade, I keep it G, Gatorade, cause it's game time. So I gotta shine, cause it's game time. Top spot is mine, cause it's game time. Leave it all on the line, cause it's game time. It's game time. Yeah, Block's about to kill it. Listen to my words, man, you know I be the realest. Running on E, still give it all I got. Yo, the game's on the line, and I'm Jordan for the shot. So bang, swish, that's the game winner. You looking at a veteran, you really a beginner. Science to deliver.
Welcome back to Center Court, everybody. I'm Talad. This is Derek.
Welcome back.
And the NBA season's right around the corner.
Woo!
So, before we get into that, how was your summer?
Summer was good.
Summer was
real good. Can't complain. Made some more music, made some more shows with you, things like that, you know, so life's good. Life is real good. How about you?
Good. Traveled, worked, had a good summer. It was good.
Yeah.
It's hot, enjoyed it, but I'm so ready to get back into the season.
Let's get it.
And I think everybody's ready at this point.
All
right. First things first, Gordon Hayward's back. So the Celtics opened training camp this week, and Gordon Hayward is coming back off that injury we all know about. And he had this interesting development. He did break it was his left ankle. And he dunked off of his left ankle during training camp, which is something Brad Stevens didn't know he could do. I don't think he even knew he could do it, but it's an important step in his recovery, the mental part and the physical, because that's still a little weaker than his right ankle. How do you feel about hearing that this guy's finally dunking off that foot? He's dunking in general.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, we ready.
He's come back.
We ready. He quoted saying, I'm basically 100%. So that tells me everything I need to know. Saw him dunk, seen him shoot. He looks good. I think he's going to be exactly what we need to be a force in the East to compete against the Warriors. I think Gordon Hayward's going to be nice this year. We're going to be good. We're going to be real, real good.
Yeah. If you see any videos of him last year during preseason, and him and Kyrie haven't really played together that much, right? But if you see videos of him in the preseason, before he got hurt, they were already gelling.
Exactly.
And to have just another year to even get to know each other as people, even though you're not playing, that goes a long way, exactly. I feel. And, you know, I think he has more help. These guys have more help this year with the developments that we'll get into later of Jalen and Jason. But I'm excited for his return. They're going to be awesome, just so much fun to watch. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people, guys.
Oh, yeah.
This dude's a stud. He's an all-star, and I think he's going to come back better, more in shape, and so much more fun to watch than he was in Utah.
Yeah, I mean, never forget that he had Brad Stevens as a coach in college. We didn't get to see it. The injury, oh my God. That was the worst injury I've ever seen in my life. If you saw it, you know. But the fact that he's dunking, he's practicing, he's ready to go 100%, we dangerous, man. That's an all-star play we got just coming back. So we're going to be good. We're going to be real good.
So our other superstar on this team, the superstar, I'll call him,
Go.
Kyrie Irving is back. And if you know anything about me, you know how much I love Kyrie.
Facts.
So he had an interview they both sat down and had an interview with Rachel Nichols during Media Day. And he told Rachel Nichols, and I quote, "Even if I ever try to think about the thought of going elsewhere, it would be like, what are you thinking? We're pretty effing good here." And Kyrie's a free agent in 2019. I don't know about you, but this man's not going anywhere.
If you believe the rumors, I hope you don't believe them anymore. All right? He's not going to New York. He's not going anywhere else. I think that said it loud and clear where he's about to be, and that's Boston. He said he wants to hang a rafter up here. And he's right. We're pretty effing good here. We're good for the next few years. Kyrie, stay. We're going to be good. We're good.
Yeah,
I got nothing else to say.
And you know what? He had that bacterial infection in his knee, and people have come back and said he looks so much better than before he had this surgery. He looks so much better than last year.
Oh, yeah.
Because he has nothing bothering him in his knee.
That's dangerous.
And he was so good last year. His efficiency ratings, he shot, I think, over 45% from the field. I think he's got 48% from the field, which is near half his shots, right? So he's making half his shots. He shot about 41% from three-point range, which is the second highest clip he's shot in his career from three.
Wow.
And that was with a knee that was bothering him.
So what is it going to be like when he's 100%
What is he going to
pain-free?
do? Exactly.
Oh, man.
Isn't it exciting?
It's very exciting.
It's a fun time up here, guys.
Oh, man.
So I'm gonna backtrack now. We have our young kids
Oh, lovely.
Right?
Isn't it lovely?
Our young kids
They're
are
just
coming
growing up so fast, huh?
They're growing up so fast, right before our eyes. Oh my gosh. Jason Tatum, working out with Kobe this summer.
Oh.
A lot of Celtics fans have been, oh my gosh, Kobe. I don't know if I like Jason working out with him. I love this so much.
Oh, man.
I love this. Kobe is, listen, Laker or not, his attitude wasn't always the best in regards to, I know people have problems with it, but Kobe is a winner.
Oh, of course.
And Kobe was a fantastic basketball player. And I love that Jason Tatum was like, let's work out. And
Absolutely.
Kobe told him, let's work out.
Absolutely. I mean, just seeing Tatum grow as a rookie, he even said, I want to be Kobe. I want to learn from Kobe. I want to be just like Kobe. He said as a young kid, he wanted to yearn to be like Kobe. So the fact that he's achieving that dream and actually learning from Kobe, and it's his second year, and he did so well his rookie year, he's going to be dangerous, man. We're going to be good. I haven't been so hyped for a team in a long, ever since Pierce, Ray Allen, and KG, I haven't been so hyped for a team coming in to the next NBA season, man. It's gonna be special. So let's talk about our other young guy, Jaylen. My man.
Jaylen Brown. All right, he is going into his third year from Cal. He worked out this off season with Tracy McGrady, who we know is just one of those superstar players. He was great in Toronto, and he was up there with Vince Carter. He's great in Orlando. He just had a really good career. It's a shame he was hurt for a lot of it, but that man can play. And Jaylen Brown learning from him, I'm telling you, these guys are doing the right things.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So they're 21, 20 years old, but they're doing the right things. They're working out with people they should be. They're taking the steps they should take to get to that level that they want to be at.
Absolutely. We're not wishing injury on anybody. I wish Gordon didn't get hurt last year. But you can't deny the fact that because of that, Tatum and Brown got all the experience they needed quickly and then matured so fast. And now you're adding this T-Mac influence for Jaylen, and then you have that Kobe influence for Tatum. It's like they're light years from their peers. We got gems, man, on this team. And oh, God. Excuse me, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for this year.
Yeah,
we're doing something. Jaylen gonna be, because he has a little bit more experience than Tatum. I think he's primed for a good year.
You know what I love about Jaylen? Jaylen always just wants to dunk on everybody all the time. That's my favorite thing. This kid is so aggressive, and he just doesn't care. He's like, I don't care who you are. I'm going to dunk on you.
You could be Porzingis. I'm going to slam right on you. That happened, right? Of course.
And Jason Tatum took on the same idea. He dunked right on LeBron's head.
That was one of the best moments.
I love that highlight.
That's fine. We'll take the L, but Tatum right on LeBron.
And then he chest bumped him after. He was like, "Get out of here."
He actually tweeted. I think it was on Instagram. He was like, "Damn, I shouldn't have bumped LeBron because we lost." But whatever.
It's your moment.
It's the moment. Of course.
You're a rookie and you dunked on him. You can do whatever you want.
Take that.
So I'm going to talk about our last starter, who doesn't get nearly as much love as these guys.
My guy.
Our favorite guy, Al Horford.
The glue, man.
I was going to say it. You took it right out of my mouth. The glue of this team is Al. Without Al, this starting five doesn't work nearly as well. And I don't think people, again, value him as much as they should. This guy is the reason that this defense is going to be so lethal because everyone's switching. Al can guard anybody.
That's what it is.
He's not like this Dwight Howard type big man where he can't move as well or he's just lumbering around. Al is versatile. Al can do anything on the court. And he's the key cog to this. If you watch a game and he's not in it, you can see how different it looks.
Watch the pick and rolls. Watch the assists that he throws. Watch what he does on defense and on offense. The stats don't tell you everything. You can ask Brad. You can ask the team. The stats don't do everything. Al Horford he's that key piece. I've been trying to tell y'all about this, but y'all not hearing me. He is the glue of the team. And watch out for this year. You're gonna see. Y'all gonna see.
A lot of hype, right? Around that starting five. A lot of hype. Very high expectations for this team. I'm of the belief that they have the right coach, the right organization to keep them level. I think Kyrie's a level guy. He seems very, I think Al is a level guy. I think they're all like solid.
Every single
You know?
person on that team is humble. And I've just been reading into all the summer reports. Every single person has one eye on the prize. Both their eyes on the prize is just to get to that championship. And they're willing to do whatever, take whatever road to get there. And that's what it is. That's how we get to where we got to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we talked about the starters. I don't know if you've heard Marcus Morris's comments about the bench, but he's dubbed them the BWA, bench with attitude.
All facts.
All right. So he says they are probably the best bench in the league when they're locked in.
Very
I agree with that. This bench, Marcus Smart, Terry Rozier,
Scary
Daniel Tice,
Tice is healthy.
Marcus Morris.
Goon, my man.
Everybody's just coming off that bench. Semi Ojeleye has that experience.
Developed.
He was better toward the end of last year.
Absolutely.
You have guys coming in and you have guys making plays. And that playoff experience helped this bench a ton last year.
Exactly.
You know, and so you have guys. I think this is going to be the best bench in the league.
I just want to say shout outs to Marcus Smart, man. I heard about the loss of your mom.
Yeah, our sympathies.
All our
And
sympathies. But I just feel like the Celtics have a chip on their shoulder this year. And I just feel like it's a team effort. We're 10 deep this year. Like, everyone, like, you see how Brad Stevens operates. Everyone gets a piece of the pie. Everyone plays. We play together cohesively. Kyrie doesn't have to play all 40 minutes to, for us to get a W. It can be a different variety of lineups. And that's why this year is so special, because I don't know what combination of players Brad's going to throw, but it's all going to work. It's just going to work. I don't want to be too premature. Golden State will see you. We'll see you in the finals, okay? Kyrie said it. We can beat you in 7 games. So we're going to beat you in 7 games.
You ready for June?
I'm already looking towards June. It's the only way. It's the only way.
So we're going to transition a little bit. Other NBA news, because there was an offseason that happened and other teams exist in this league, believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
I'm going to quickly pivot to a serious topic. The Dallas Mavericks were investigated this summer, and the NBA found sexual misconduct allegations to be true for their CEO, Terdema Useri. He was accused of allegations before Mark Cuban bought the team. Cuban bought the team in 2000. Cuban said he was not aware of said allegations, and he has now donated $10 million to organizations that promote women leadership roles. Rachel Nichols had him on the show. She did a tremendous job, like she always does, in sitting down with him and asking him questions. And he said he had no idea what was going on in his organization. It's a little hard for me to believe that. We're not in that organization, so we don't know. I personally am very happy that the NBA dug into this. I don't feel like it got enough attention, but these are serious things. I think this sheds light on workplace problems, that they happen even at the most professional of levels, and I'm very happy that this has been taken care of.
Agreed.
But I think moving forward, there needs to be much more due diligence on Cuban's part and on every owner in the NBA. Everybody who has to be better with making people comfortable in a workplace. There are people scared to go to work. You can't have that. So I'm happy that this came to light, and I'm happy that they've handled it in a fashion.
Couldn't agree more. I have got nothing else to say about that. I couldn't agree more.
Shifting back to the players on the court, we had a big trade request this offseason. And at late offseason, mind you, training camp has opened up, so this trade request to come in this late is just ridiculous to me. Jimmy Butler wants a trade out of Minnesota. He wants to go to Miami, the Los Angeles Clippers, the New York Knicks, or the Brooklyn Nets. The latest one is Miami that he really wants to go to. It makes sense for both sides. Young pieces going to Minnesota and Butler going to Miami to help Dwayne Wade, who's his last season this year. Tom Thibodeau has said he does not want to trade Butler. The owner has said, we will trade Butler. You're not on the same page. This is bad organizational leadership. This is a problem. Absolutely. It's always been a problem in Minnesota. And apparently, Thibodeau's asking price for Butler is sky high.
As it needs to be. Just because they traded a lot to acquire Jimmy from Chicago. They got rid of Chris Dunn. They got rid of Zach LaVine, and also what's his name?
They traded their picks, so Lauri Markkanen. That pick turned into Lauri Markkanen.
And they're 3 quality young players, young pieces, And now you got Jimmy, who's not going to sign your long-term contract, who you bet essentially your future on, and now he wants to go. So, I mean, I don't blame Tom for wanting a lot of pieces. But what I've heard is that a lot of other teams they feel that he's asking for too much.
Yeah.
Which is why the deal hasn't got done yet. So we'll see how it goes down, but it's very interesting to me how it all came together.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet in the next week or two it's going to happen because this is, you're entering the season, right? So you want to be able to get this guy before the regular season starts.
Yep.
So that he has as much time to acclimate as he can.
Absolutely.
Even play in a preseason game if he can.
Yep.
We'll see. It could turn into a 3-4 team trade.
Great.
Gets really complicated at that point, right? Because you have money going everywhere and contracts and everything.
I guess like him and Karl Anthony Towns had a beef or something.
Yeah.
Hey, shout outs to Cat. You got your money.
Yeah,
Max deal.
Signed that contract. Good for him.
It's like $187 million. 5-year deal. Get your money, young buck. You know what I mean? But Jimmy, I hope you figure out what you're gonna go.
Coming off a knee injury, so that makes it harder.
Me personally, I think Jimmy Butler's a little overrated. I don't want to get into the specifics way too much.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that.
I'm not paying Jimmy Butler max money. That's just me.
He has the numbers for a max guy.
Great player.
And he's gonna get a max contract from
Great
someone.
player, but
I personally put him in like that little lower tier of superstar.
That's what I'm saying.
There's like your Stephen Currys and
He's
your
an
Kyries.
all-star.
I think he's like, he's an all-star, and then you have your superstars.
Exactly. I don't think Jimmy's a superstar yet. But maybe he'll prove me wrong. No disrespect, brother. I respect your game.
Speaking of all-stars, LeBron James went to the Lakers this summer.
No pun intended. LeBron James. L.A. Bron.
That's right. So LeBron joins a young Lakers team along with JaVale McGee and Rajon Rondo and Lance Stevenson.
My guy.
Circus, right? What is your prediction for this team? Where do they fall? Where do they go?
Western Conference Finals.
Really?
Yep.
You think they go that far? You think they pass
hype.
Utah and Houston and OKC?
Yep. I buy the hype on LeBron James.
Yeah, okay.
At the end of the day, he's made the Eastern Conference Finals how many years in a row? Oh, like the Conference Finals? 8?
Yeah, more.
7 or 8? At the end of the day, it's the LeBron impact. I feel like he has enough talent around him to make the Lakers a contender in the West Coast. The Warriors are going to get there. I feel like there are not enough teams in the West right now who, to me, you got the Rockets clearly, and you have the Thunder. Lakers are right there. They have quality pieces. I love Rondo on that team. He's a competitor. I love Lance on that team. JaVale's a decent player. Going to get more minutes. I love Beasley on that team. I love Lonzo, Kuzma, Ingram. I think they have a dope core there. I think it's like one of those things how Tatum and Brown just got assimilated because of all the, injuries and things that happened. I think that with LeBron there, they all grew up quickly. All of them. They have to. It's LeBron. And it's just that effect. And on the West Coast, I just feel like it's going to be a whole different kind of Lake show over there. So that's my pick. I think that it's going to be Warriors, Lakers, and we're going to see what happens.
It's bold.
It's bold.
I think it's bold because the kids are, in my opinion, they're good, but you're stuck in a conference. It's not the East.
True.
It's much harder. So I have a little bit of a problem with. I think they can make the playoffs. I don't think they can go all the way to the conference finals. But with LeBron, you never really know.
That's what I'm saying. LeBron surprised me with that Cavs team last year.
Yeah, and that was. Whew.
And they were pretty bad. I thought they were terrible.
To be fair, their opponents didn't really take much advantage. Indiana was good, not good enough. Toronto did what Toronto does.
They're tragic.
And the Celtics, the Celtics were a few minutes away. They got cold because they're young, right? So they didn't have a Kyrie or a Gordon to rely on. There was no vet.
I feel you.
I'm going to be interested to see. I think Utah's going to be a big challenge for them. I love Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, no, of course. Utah.
Shout out. I think OKC's interesting to me because I don't know how they're going to mesh.
They're always an outlier for me. I love them. I love Russ. I love PG.
They're good. And you have, Houston. Houston, I think, took a step back because they lost some key pieces.
They got Melo, and I think they're going to get a good Carmelo this year.
Good Carmelo?
I really do.
I would like to see a good Carmelo.
I think they're going to be very, very, very good this year, still.
I would like to see that. And because I really want someone to challenge
The Warriors. I don't want them to just walk into the finals. I want them to really struggle this year.
Exactly. Like,
But
really, give them a fight. Really, like, make them work for it. And Houston made them work for it, actually, in the conference finals last year. Took them to 7. If Chris Paul doesn't get hurt, I think Houston's in the finals.
I agree. Agreed.
Absolutely, like, in the
can't
finals.
You can't go 0 for 27.
And Chris Paul, unfortunately, has bad injury luck. He's had bad injury luck.
This is the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the
you can't
day,
predict it.
with Houston, at the end of the day, like, there's Carmelo at 34, Chris Paul like 33, always seems to get hurt. And at the end of the day, it's like, if they're not healthy, that Houston team is not going anywhere.
Exactly.
So that's what it is.
It's the same with any team. If you're not healthy, if your stars are not healthy, you're going to struggle. That's
Exactly.
what it is.
Exactly.
Other off-season big moves. Kawhi Leonard is in the East now. Toronto traded DeMar DeRozan, who is their cornerstone, their guy, for Kawhi Leonard. I felt so bad for DeMar DeRozan when I woke up and I saw this on my phone. And Woj had tweeted, DeMar DeRozan is being sent to the San Antonio Spurs and Kawhi Leonard is going to Toronto. I didn't know how to feel. I felt really bad for the guy because he devoted so much of his life to that city, and you can tell how much he loves Toronto.
Oh, it's about loyalty.
And
about loyalty.
He bought in, he changed his game, he did whatever he could to make that team go next level. I am excited he went to a team in the Spurs with Pop, and he can really, maybe he hits another level. I don't know. With that coach, it's all about coaching, right? So he's an all-star anyway. Maybe with Pop, he becomes
exactly who he's supposed to be.
Exactly. Pop said the other day, I'm not going to try to change him. He tried to change LaMarcus Aldridge. It didn't work. He got frustrated. He's like, I'm not going to touch his game. I'm going to let him do what he wants to do.
That's what it is.
And I'm glad it's props to Pop for, like, understanding that as a coach, right?
Absolutely.
That's part of coaching, is understanding your players' strengths and weaknesses and building off of that.
That's what it is.
So what do you think happens with Toronto this year? I still don't think they're good. I don't think they're good enough. I still think they're a two-man show. Kawhi Leonard is fantastic. He's, I think, an upgrade over DeRozan, but I just don't think they have enough.
That's how it always is for the Toronto Raptors, in my opinion. Shout outs to you, Kawhi. You have the funniest laugh in the history of history, bruh. You know what I mean?
That was something.
He was also training with Kobe. I don't know if you saw that.
I think I heard about that, yeah.
He took a picture with Kobe recently. Listen, Toronto's they're legit. I'm not gonna say they're not legit. They got Kawhi, and if he's healthy, they're legitimate as contenders are in the East Coast. Like, we're gonna probably see them, I think, in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think they're gonna be good. I think Kawhi has a chip on his shoulder because everyone was talking about him last year with regards to his injury, saga, wah type stuff. So I think he's gonna come in, and I think he's gonna hopefully embrace that Toronto role, and they do well. But besides the point, I rock with DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this one show, but, like, he had the opportunity to go to LA. He's from Cali. Mm-hmm. He had the chance to go back, and he said, no, I'm going to stay in Toronto. I'm going to sign this deal here. I'm going to do what I got to do. Then they traded him. And I just think that was a slap in the face because if Kawhi doesn't sign there, you essentially lost everything. You gambled. You're a guy who legit changed his life for the organization on someone who already said, I want to go back to LA. And you don't even know how it's going to go. So, I mean, DeMar, do your thing in San Antonio. I think the Spurs will always be the Spurs. They're going to be the Spurs. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's Pop. Spur.
It's DeMar
Spurs
and Pop.
Spur.
But the baby dinosaurs, you still ain't going to see the Celtics. That's all I got to say. Y'all be fine.
It has shades of the Isaiah Thomas trade in a way, because here's the guy who devoted himself to your city, and you shipped him out for essentially a superstar.
Agreed.
There is a difference. Isaiah Thomas had this contract situation happening, which was an issue for the Celtics, right? How much do you pay a guy on a bad hip? It's the whole narrative. Who's 5'9"?
How much you pay?
And he's
exactly.
still not healthy, and I want my guy Isaiah to be healthy.
Isaiah's my favorite player.
Isaiah Thomas, but it's the same idea, right? So here's this guy who devoted himself, and he gets traded for this superstar. And I feel like what Toronto is like feeling, because you have such an attachment to that guy, and he gave you everything he had, and the organization is just like, no, Kawhi is available.
I just think they panicked.
Listen, it's a business, right? So it's a smart business move in a sense that you can always upgrade. And Toronto's been in this weird plateaued stage where they're good, but they're not good enough. And they look at the Celtics with Kyrie and Gordon coming back, with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown developing. They look at the Sixers with Ben Simmons and Embiid, and Markelle Fultz is coming back now. Indiana, Victor Oladipo, that's a good squad in Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
There are a lot of good teams now, so how are you going to get better? You can't just keep running it back all the time.
Agreed.
The problem is Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan had built this awesome chemistry.
Exactly.
So how do you build chemistry, especially a guy who you fired your coach?
I'm telling you, they
First
panicked.
year coach.
They panicked.
I think it's going to be some turmoil for a little bit, and it's going to be a while for them to find their footing because you have to be on the same page in the locker room and on the court.
Of course.
So the biggest, I think, splash almost besides LeBron in the offseason was Boogie.
Oh my God.
Okay. DeMarcus Cousins, as you should know by now, hopefully, signed with the Golden State Warriors. Like this team wasn't already, stacked. My thing is, I didn't have a huge problem with it because he's coming off this Achilles injury, right? And an Achilles is tricky. They said he's ahead of the curve in his rehab and everything, and they think he'll be on the court sooner rather than later. But Kobe tore his Achilles toward the end of his career. Achilles injuries are tough because once you hurt it, it's always going to nag you. You can easily re-injure it. It's one of those injuries that's really hard to get a grip on. I don't like him going there.
It's a lie. It's such a slippery slope.
I don't like it.
Oh my God.
And I'm not looking forward to, seeing them. If we see them in June, Boogie's on the other side of the court.
We're going to see them. We're going to see them.
I still have faith in the Celtics that they can go out and they can kick some butt.
Kyrie,
and I think that they have, I think Al Horford can do something against Boogie. I think that Daniel Tice could, he's an animal, right? Like, he is so good. But I think that if you just wear him down a little bit.
No, it's like I'm talking my trash. At the end of the day, if I was Boogie Cousins, this is the perfect situation that you could be in. You tore your Achilles, and then the Golden State Warriors sign you to a veterans minimum and say, take your time, boss. Get ready. If I was Boogie, I would go there. Yeah. As an NBA fan who knows what that means if he's healthy, I'm like, this is the craziest starting five I've ever seen on paper, to be honest, like in my life. In my lifetime. Steph, Clay, KD, Draymond, DeMarcus.
It's nuts.
It's insane. Again, Celtics, we can beat them. Kyrie already said it. I'm not worried. But Boogie to Golden State, after I heard, he almost came to Boston too.
Yeah, but that was kind of like this last-minute thing.
Exactly.
By the time Boston heard about it, Boogie had already made
at the end of the
decision.
day. At the end of the day.
Which,
I can't be too mad at you, bro.
It is what it is.
That's the word. We're going to see. I think Golden State came up. It's going to be, it still goes through them. They just got better for not a lot. So.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. We are super excited that you're back to join us on this journey that we're going to take with the Celtics and the rest of the NBA this season.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there are going to be surprises. I'm sure there are going to be things that are just going to completely make us sit back and be like, oh, my goodness, what is happening? We're going to see where Jimmy Butler ends up. We're going to see how Kawhi does in Toronto, how DeMar does in San Antonio, and how LeBron does in LA. But the most important one is how Gordon Hayward does in his debut. Because everybody's excited. We're excited. We can't wait for it. We're so happy the guys are back.
This is going to be a fun season, y'all. Keep tuning in. Center Court, Talal, thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure.
It's your boy Debo. Talal over here. Let's get right.
You gon' be a lion or you gon' be prey? Hunting for the title, I'ma be the predator. Doing what I gotta do, beating every competitor. I am so raw, excuse me, pardon. Rockin' to the top, Dwight Howard, James Harden. So I'm ballin', like I'm Jim Jones.